Like it can be a powerful tool to make people read things.
Like pictures and images, we feel that type is also something we can use to indicate a mood.
To represent them on different mediums for different context, for different user requirements.
Or it can just be an art form. It does not have to be, you know, just something that people read. It can be an experience in itself.
Because obviously ideas will come only when you have a pencil in your hand, not on a gadget. So once you draw letters with your own hands, you are familiarized with the different strokes and the different letter forms.
So your first level visualization by hand and the experience of materials and how you are creating the size and the proportion with hand will help you in reciprocating it in a much better way, because it comes from our handwriting, how we write. So it's our handwriting is perhaps one of the most casual expressions, because we don't have a brief there, no? We can spontaneously write, we can add our own pun, expression, our own thoughts in the most innocent way.
We're not designing letters in isolation. So it's not like we make the most beautiful A, the most beautiful B, the most beautiful C. We actually make the most beautiful group of letters. So it's like once we make these letters which we drawn, we make A, AB, AC, AD, AE and try all these combinations until each of these are positively and negatively balanced in terms of form.
Calligraphy is the stepping stone to typeface design. The basics of calligraphy lies in actually drawing letters. When you know how a stroke is, how the letter form is created, only then can you take it a step ahead and digitize it, which is type design basically. The flexibility with which you will work with a pencil or a marker on paper on your graph sheets, you can't really achieve that same level on the screen. When you're working on paper, you will see for your down strokes which are thick, you put more pressure, the brush pen bends that way so that it covers more area on paper, so your down strokes are very thick. What happens digitally on an iPad with Apple Pencil is that the tip is fixed, right? Only thing that is similar between the two things is the pressure. So only if I put enough pressure will the strokes come. Also, the tip will not bend like that in a brush pen. So if you actually compare, it is very difficult for a learner, for a beginner to begin their journey in calligraphy directly on the digital medium.
In typography, there are 7 strokes. There's a vertical, a horizontal, a left diagonal, right diagonal, a left curve and right curve and a compound curve which is almost like an S. There are a lot of characters which are defined from these. So some of these are very organic, some of these are very structured, but these characters are pulled out and they're mainly identified as guidelines for you to actually start designing letters.
It's always good to start with the graph sheet, manually design the letters. When you hone that skill, you take it up to modern softwares, Font Lab, Fontographer in your modern systems, and then you create the glyph. Because once you take it there, it's an even more complicated activity.
Now that we actually entered digital, there's so much more being made. Like the technologies which provide us make many drastic changes simultaneously all over. I think it's definitely made this process simpler and faster.
You have a team, it's not a one-man's activity. So there's actually a typographer, but you'll also have a draftsman, you'll also have a graphic artist to help you out with illustrating the forms, perhaps fine-tuning them. And then you have the digital team who will take it to the fontographer, develop it further. So creating a font overall with such activity, manual come digital, will take you actually 2.5 years to finish a particular family with 6-7 pages. So this is the reality, yeah.